Oh, it's on. What's up everybody, Anthony Saratelli here of Jersey Filmmaker, and today I'm going to compare the very popular Canon EF 24-105 f4.0 zoom lens against the other very popular Canon EF 24-70 f2.8 zoom lens. Both of these lenses are very commonly used in the indie film industry, so I wanted to put them head to head to see if it's worth spending the extra money on the little bit faster 24-70 zoom. So I took both of these lenses outside to capture a couple different shots and also did a night shot to capture some bokeh to see if I could tell what the differences are. In this first shot, I tried to capture a wide dynamic range with the sky in the background and some of the deeper shadows in the construction area of the building. I took shots on both lenses at 24mm and 70mm so I could max out the 24-70 and the 24-105 will cover it. In the second shot, I tried to capture something with more color, so I went after these flowers. Doing the same thing, I captured it at 24 and 70 on both lenses. I shot these images in 4K and you're seeing them in 1080 with YouTube's compression applied, so it might be hard to tell the differences, but I viewed these in 4K on my 5K monitor, and I have to say, I didn't see much difference. Keep in mind, these are still photography lenses, not cinema lenses. That doesn't mean they can't be used for motion pictures, because they definitely do get used by many professionals quite often. And my point is that maybe there's a greater difference when taking stills than video, but I didn't test still photography. And here in the last shot's a view of the city where there's plenty of lights to grab some bokeh of. I pushed these both out to 70mm and blurred them out from as little to as much as I can to see what the differences were. You'll see some imperfections which I believe come from the lights, or maybe it's something on the window in front of me. But other than that, the shape of the bokeh that I'm getting from both of these lenses is very, very similar. Actually, they're pretty much exactly the same. So the conclusion I've come to after doing these tests from what I saw was that there wasn't much of a visual difference between the two lenses. But now let's take a look at the difference in price and the specs. The 24-105 f4 Mark I, there is a Mark II out now. The Mark I costs $999, $1,000 for the 24-105. The 24-70 at this moment costs $1,750, $1,750, so $750 more for the same thing. The same image, that is. What you're getting from the 24-105 is an f2.8, a faster lens than the f4 of the 24-105. However, at the same time, you're losing image stabilization. There's no image stabilization on the 24-70. So it's a little tick for tack here. Are you more concerned about low light situations and a little bit shallower depth of field? Or do you go handheld a lot, and is that image stabilization important to you? I'm personally right in between. I do find myself going handheld a lot, so that image stabilization becomes important. So that makes me lean towards the 105. And I have an A7S II to help me with those low light situations, so that 24-105 f4 can still work for me. But now I'm getting a red. It doesn't perform as well as these other cameras do in low light, so maybe the f2.8 becomes more important to me. But at the same time, I have other prime lenses that are faster than the 2.8. But then I lose out on the zoom. So as you can see, there's plenty of things to consider when buying a lens or any piece of gear for that matter. I'm debating whether the 24-70 was a good purchase for me or not, especially since the Mark II 24-105 came out right after I bought it. The Mark II sports a couple extra blades in the iris, which could give me a slightly different bokeh effect. But the physical glass in the lens is exactly the same from what I understand, so the image will be exactly the same as the Mark I. The Mark II also has a better build similar to the 24-70, so if you're going handheld and you put the camera down to your side, the lens doesn't slide to a different focal length, and when you pick it back up, it's not where you left it off. That's such a pain in the ass. So I might try and sell this 24-70 and get the 24-105 Mark II, so I have two of the same lenses with the same focal length and image quality for any multicam shoots. For example, an interview, when I want to get a match shot from both sides, I have the exact same lens, the exact same setup, and I don't have to worry about trying to match different lenses. So that's all for this episode and my comparison of some Canon zoom lenses. If you liked it, please click the like button, subscribe, and click the little bell so you get alerts to all my other episodes. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below or contact me on my social medias at Jersey Filmmaker. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.